You won't believe what happened in this courtroom today. A man walked in holding the hand of his mistress, right beside his wife of 12 years. But what the judge did next made the entire courtroom gasp in disbelief. Before you scroll, watch till the very end, because this story might just restore your faith in justice, love, and karma. And if you believe that no one should be disrespected in love, hit that like button and subscribe for more powerful real-life stories like this one. Amara sat quietly on the wooden bench outside the courtroom, her hands trembling as she looked at the gold wedding band on her finger, now dull, its shine long gone. She had loved her husband, Derek, since they were in college. Back then, he was charming, ambitious, full of dreams. They built a life together, side by side. When he struggled to find work, she was the one who worked double shifts at the hospital to pay the bills. When he opened his first auto shop, she took out a small loan in her own name to help him. And when they finally bought their first home, Amara cried in his arms, believing their love had conquered everything. But then came her, Tiffany. Younger. Flashier. The kind of woman who thrived on attention. At first, Amara didn't believe the rumors. She trusted her husband. Even when he started coming home late, smelling like perfume that wasn't hers, she made excuses. He's tired, she'd tell herself. He's just stressed. But deep down, she knew. Her husband wasn't hers anymore. The truth came crashing down one evening when Derek simply said, "I'm not happy anymore." He didn't yell. He didn't argue. He just said it flatly, as if their years together were a business deal that had run its course. And now, a few weeks later, here they were, signing divorce papers. But what made it worse was the cruelty of it. Derek didn't even come alone. He walked into the courtroom with Tiffany on his arm, smiling like a man on vacation. The judge's eyebrows rose, but she said nothing, at least not yet. As the proceedings began, Amara kept her eyes low, her voice steady, answering the questions, signing where she had to. She didn't want to give them the satisfaction of seeing her cry. Tiffany, on the other hand, whispered things to Derek, giggling softly, even daring to smirk at Amara. The humiliation burned through her like fire, but she held her composure. Judge Eleanor Price, a woman in her late 60s with silver hair and sharp eyes, had seen many cases, but something about this one didn't sit right with her. She could see the pain behind Amara's calmness, and the arrogance dripping off Derek's smirk. When it was time for Derek to speak, he leaned back casually. "Your Honor," he began, "I just want to move on. Amara and I are from different worlds now. Tiffany and I, we connect. We understand each other." Amara said nothing. Her silence said more than words could. Judge Price nodded slowly. "Different worlds, huh?" she said softly. "Tell me, Mr. Williams, is this the same woman who worked 3 jobs to support your business when it was failing?" Derek blinked. Yes, but that's irrelevant now." The judge's tone sharpened. "And the same woman who co-signed your first loan, allowing you to even have that business you now run with your new partner." He shifted uncomfortably. "I mean, yes, but..." "Mr. Williams," the judge interrupted, her voice echoing through the courtroom, "you may think this is just another case, but I see something very different. I see a woman who gave everything, and a man who forgot where he came from." The room fell silent. Tiffany's smirk faded. Judge Price continued, "Now, before I finalize this divorce, we'll be addressing the matter of assets. Mrs. Williams, as per the documentation, your name is on the business license, the home mortgage, and several joint accounts. Is that correct?" Amara nodded quietly. "Yes, Your Honor." Derek looked confused. "Wait, what? The business is mine. She just helped with paperwork." Judge Price's eyes narrowed. "Oh no, Mr. Williams. Legally, that means she's half owner. Which also means that your new relationship doesn't get you an easy exit. Mrs. Williams is entitled to 50% of everything." The smirk on Tiffany's face evaporated. Derek's jaw dropped. Amara hadn't even thought about the money, she just wanted her peace. But the judge wasn't finished. "Furthermore," Judge Price said firmly, "given the emotional distress and the manner in which you've conducted yourself, bringing your mistress into this courtroom, this court sees fit to award spousal support to Mrs. Williams for the next 5 years. Derek shot up from his chair. "That's insane. She doesn't deserve." Judge Price slammed her gavel. "Sit down." The courtroom went dead silent. Derek sat, red-faced, while Tiffany whispered angrily under her breath. Then the judge turned to Amara, her voice softening. Mrs. Williams, I know this day is painful. But I want you to remember something. Love is not about what you lose, it's about what you learn. You have carried a man who did not deserve your strength. Now it's time to carry yourself, with pride. Amara's eyes filled with tears, not of sadness but relief. For the first time in years, she felt seen. The divorce was finalized. As she left the courtroom, she passed by Derek and Tiffany without a word. Tiffany's perfect smile was gone, and Derek's eyes were full of regret. He had finally realized that the woman he'd thrown away was the very reason he ever stood tall. Months later, Amara started her own wellness clinic, using her half of the business settlement. She hired women going through divorce, single mothers, and those rebuilding their lives. Her story went viral online, inspiring countless others to never settle for less than they deserve. One evening, as she locked up her clinic, she got a call from Judge Price. The older woman simply said, "You made good on that second chance, didn't you?" Amara smiled. "Yes, Your Honor. And I'll never waste it. Because the truth is, sometimes losing someone who doesn't value you isn't a loss at all. It's freedom." If you believe that no one should ever be disrespected for loving too deeply, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that prove karma is very real. Because at the end of the day, the world always finds a way to balance itself, and every broken heart eventually learns to beat stronger.